This shows Kendall Wright as the starting left tackle, and it's got Billy Honaker as the starting right tackle. Is that going to happen in the opener? Does it look like?
Yeah, it looks like they've had the two best camps coming out. Both those guys got a lot of experience. They've done a good job, working hard. But they've been pushed too. But they've earned it in the first game. I don't know how long that'll last. Obviously, it'll be as long as they play well, they'll play. Plan on playing a lot of guys, but if they're playing well, obviously they'll start.
And Kendall, he started games last year, correct?
He did.
Right. I mean, he and Jake Hawk were in a battle, but I think at some point Kendall was the starter. Was he not?
Did, and yeah, he did. And he had a little setback last year, a little injury, and put him behind the 8 ball a little bit. So he fell a little more behind, but he had a good off season, had a good summer. His best summer since he's been here. He's been able to keep his weight up, gotten stronger, so he's done a good job for us.
And what do you like about Kendall? What do you feel he brings to the table?
He's a good athlete. Plays hard. It's important to him. He's a senior. He's worked hard, and now it's his time to go out and play well. He's been here, for a while, and this is his chance to really play and do a good job. And I think he'll embrace that role, and hopefully he'll come out and play the way I know he can.
So Andrew Wood got most of the reps at the right tackle spot last year. I don't know how much Honaker played. Did he get much game?
Played a little bit. Billy played more guard last year.
Okay.
So we've moved him to tackle.
Why did you feel that was a good move for him?
Just fit his skill set a little better. He's a little better athlete outside. He can move around a little better. Inside, he didn't do as well. He was a good player, but just we felt like he would be better as a tackle. Plays hard. Still got a lot of learning to do, and he can get a lot better. But love his energy, love his effort, love his demeanor, love everything he brings to the table. So hoping both those guys will play well for us.
So if either of them had to come out of the game for a rest, who would you be the first tackle to go in?
Self will be the first tackle.
Justin
Self, yes, sir. He's
okay.
a junior, done a really, really good job. He's practiced hard. He's played hard. He's gotten a lot better in the offseason. He had a good summer. So I think I know he'd be the next guy to go in.
Did he get any game reps last year, Coach?
How'd you say that? He probably got in at, maybe a game or two, but not any significant playing time last year. So he was kind of young guy learning. Stayed up in practice with the older guys, but didn't really get many game reps.
What's your take on the offensive line? Is this group ready?
It's
go time.
It's go time. We got a couple of days left, so I think we got a good group. The guys are experienced. We've got a lot of guys that have started games, and we're really at 2 deep, juniors and seniors. So we can clean some things up, but we should be ready to go. I'm really excited about the first group. I think we have a chance to have an athletic group. They know the offense. They've been in some battles. I think we got a chance to have a good squad.
So I think we spoke in the spring, and you mentioned it. I think since the end of last season, you wanted guys to lose a little weight, become more athletic. Has that happened?
I think for the most part, yeah, I think so. There's 1 or 2 that we're constantly staying on, but we moved Peter Nesterowitz from tackle to guard,
and Honaker from guard to tackle,
and Honaker from guard to tackle, and we feel good about that. Billy plays really hard. Peter's got a chance to be one of our better guards we've had. He's a great base blocker. Now, he's still somewhat new to it. He did it all spring and this fall. And then having Ford at center obviously brings a spark. And then David Forney's played a lot of football at the other guard. So, yeah, we're ready to go.
I think Forney missed some time during training camp. How's he doing?
He's doing good. He had a little ankle sprain, but he's been back for the last 2 weeks. And so he seems like he's fine to me.
That's a guy that seems to have the skill set. I mean, you're looking for him to really take a step forward this year and become the player you've always believed he could be?
He's got 1 shot left to do it, so he needs to do it. And he had a great spring. He had a great summer training and lifting and running. He's had a good camp so far, so we would expect him to do it. We need him to step up and be a leader to the group. Ford's has been the leader, but David's played probably the second most football of anybody else out here. So I'd like to see more on that side.
And David's a big, powerful, strong guy, right? I mean,
right.
He's kind of what you want in there, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a big kid, and it's probably the best thing he brings to the table is he knows the offense. He's played so much. He's pretty savvy. Nothing really kind of surprises him on the field. So yeah, we're expecting big things out of him. We need him to have a good year.
And why do you say that Nesterowitz could be one of the better ones you've had?
Big, athletic, can move, strong, great hips. I think he's got a chance to be really good.
And then what can you say about Ford? And I mean, obviously, this is a guy that's played the most football among all these linemen. Real veteran guy, a team captain, always been a leader,
Right.
even when he was a younger guy. What can you say about Ford Higgins?
All the things you just said. He brings a lot of energy. He's as athletic as any lineman we've ever had here. And the beautiful thing about Ford, he's the same every day. He brings it. He practices hard. He works hard. He plays hard. He's passionate. He cares about the team, and I mean, he's everything you're looking for.
So if either Forney or Nesterowitz needed a break, who would be the first guy to go in? Salute? Or
TJ's been a little
Yaramis?
banged up, so Nico Yarmus, and then Mike Adzima's had a good camp and had a good spring. He's a senior. He hasn't played a lot for us, but super strong kid. So I think you could see maybe a combination of all three of those guys at some point during the season.
And who has stepped up to be the backup center? Right now, it looks like it's Cal.
Eric Cowell, who's a senior, obviously knows the offense well. He and Sean Ratty are the other two. And then obviously Forney's played center for us too.
Right, he could do it. You're right. And if
So
you ever
we've gotten a pinch,
Right.
we'll go back to Forney.
So I think we talked last year about cut blocking. Have you all reviewed it all during the off season, and maybe you want to cut a little bit more than you have been? I know you talked about it's a dicey situation because
Right.
if you get called for it, it's a 15-yard penalty,
Right.
whether it was legal or not. I mean, it's
Right.
still the penalty. But at the same time, you got to get guys on the ground. That's kind of been a hallmark
Right.
of Navy offense.
Right. So we do need to cut more, but you can only cut now in a 5-yard box or
Right.
5 yards down the field. So
Right.
we
So, you
have
gotta
to,
be
so
careful.
that it kind of gets more restrictive every year. But so we do need guys on the ground more, but obviously we got to do it within the rules and
Mhm.
regulations. But there's no doubt we need to do that.
And that's probably why the interior guys would probably be the ones cutting the most because they're doing it at the line of scrimmage pretty much, right?
Yeah. So the scoop blocks on the backside. Obviously, if we can get our head in front, we need to get people on the ground.